All new tonight at 10 o'clock. It is the backbone of the West Texas economy, the oil and gas industry. But the pressure to work long hours and capitalize on the opportunity to make money can sometimes lead to a very real problem: drug abuse.
Tonight, CBS 7's Deanne Lopez talks to a man who explains just how easy it is for employees to carry on this addiction.
Jay and Tatum, you're probably thinking, how is this possible, especially since companies drug test their employees? Well, as one former oil field worker is about to share, there are several ways to beat the test. When you think of the oil field, two things usually come to mind: money and long hours.
Money or sleep. And I could sniff something out of this bag that'll keep me rolling for another 20 hours. Why not? Let's do it.
That's the mentality that Chris Pierce says a lot of oil field workers seem to have, including him at one point.
I did frac and cement and acid, so that's a lot of time. So especially frac, you know, you'd pump a couple stages, something would break down, and then you get to go in the truck and no one's around. So, and I utilized that time to destroy myself.
Chris's drug of choice was heroin, but he says his coworkers and other employees in the industry would often abuse meth and cocaine to help them stay awake for several days. However, the most shocking revelation, he says beating a drug test is a piece of cake.
What I've seen, there's people that will sell their urine for, you know, good amount of money. You know, the people I knew, they'd sell it for $100. And like I said, if you became friends with your manager or whatever, or your field supervisor or whatever, so a lot of them, they'll, you know, I'm not saying everybody, but they'll give the heads up of when they're going to do some drug testing.
Chris is happy that his drug abuse is in the past now. In fact, next month will mark 2 years since he's been sober. And get this, he's an administrative assistant for the Springboard Center, the same recovery center that helped him overcome his addiction.
The opportunity that I'm blessed with to help another suffering addict and alcoholic here, that just makes my day.
Steve Thomason, the executive director of the center, has helped several oil field workers like Chris become sober. It's not uncommon for him to see more people check into his facility when the price of oil goes up.
We will see people that came to us from the oil field that make the decision that they can't not go back to the oil field because the risk of relapse is too high. The prevalence of drugs and alcohol with their coworkers and on the sites, that they make the decision that they're not going to go back to that field because the temptation's too high.
Chris and Steve want people who are abusing alcohol or drugs to know there is hope and it's never too late to seek help.
22 months ago, I was 18 years old. I'm 34 today, and I'm cool. You know, I love myself today, you know, and it's possible. That's all I'm saying.
If you're interested in learning more about the Springboard Center, head on over to our website at CBS7.com. Reporting from the Midland Newsroom, Deanne Lopez, CBS 7 News.
Deanne, thanks. We also reached out to Drug Screen Compliance, who has seen their numbers increase. In fact, within the last 6 months, the number of positive drug tests, they say, have increased. According to the center, the national average for positive drug tests is 2%, while the Permian Basin is 5%. They also say alcohol rates are also going up as well. Companies are now requesting breathalyzer tests when they send their employees to get drug tested randomly.